The best way to remove ivy from walls, certainly brick walls, is to scrape it off by getting a sharp spade underneath it and behind it. When the ivy is still green, you'll find it'll come off a lot easier when the ivy is green and alive than if you cut it off, let it die back and then try and take it off. So the main thing you've got to be aware of is there are often wires like here hiding and vents and things hiding, so just go gently on and get your sharp spade behind it just by putting it behind, just push it gently. This tends to work better if you've got a good solid wall with good quality bricks and mortar. If the bricks are poor and the mortar is poor, then the ivy roots will pull some of the mortar and potentially the bricks faces off. But if it's a good quality wall, as long as you keep the spade or whatever you're using to get it off with, but I find a spade, then that will protect the wall because it's covering a wider area at any one time rather than a screwdriver or ordinary little scraper and that sort of thing. And also the little scrapers are not really strong enough. Once you've got it loose at this sort of lower level, then you can start to pull it gently off by hand. Probably best to wear your gloves and your mask and probably your eye protection because it is quite dusty behind there. But as I say, watch out for wires, cables, satellite TV aerials, because anything that climbs tends to love climbing up wires and pipes. So just take it steadily and just watch you don't pull the gutter off either. If in doubt, gently pull bits off. The bigger the bits you can get off at one time, the quicker it will be. But if it's looks like it's going to do some damage, just do it steadily and gently, pulling and cutting a little bit off at a time. This should be your end result with the wires and extractor fan covers intact, and also the brickwork and mortar intact. Once you've loosened it with your spade, just gently pull the thicker bits up away from the wall. Very gentle tug, and hopefully the wall and the gutter will stay intact. Whoopee! It's quite rewarding and therapeutic when a nice big lump comes off all in one go. Well, here we are. A lot of brick was harmed in the making of this film. I've now cleared back quite a big area, you can see under there in the darkness, quite a big area of ivy off the wall, but although I'm tugging it sort of gently yet firmly, there is some resistance, so at this point it's probably best to look a bit closer at where you've got to cut it off and then just trim it with a pair of secateurs and ease it out of the gutter or whatever it's attached to, just so you don't do any damage. There we are, that's satisfying. It's all come off in one heap, right to the corner of the building, and that's what was holding it on. It was growing over the top of that parapet, so I've carefully eased that off, pushed it back over and gradually pulled it back. Then we'll do the next stage without hopefully pulling the gutter off the next part of the building.